The Delta Airlines chief executive tells me demand is as robust as ever. It's been a strong year for his company, running their largest transatlantic schedule in history. And the stock is at more than 20% to date. Still, Ed Bastian says Boeing's woes are preventing them from taking full advantage. It's waiting on an order of 737 MAX 10s that are set to start delivery late next year. I asked Ed Bastian what's having the biggest impact.
Most important force is the demand for travel is stronger than we've ever seen. The reality is people are just going and they continue to go. And I think that force of nature, that continued drive to travel and to experience life rather than stay home and have life come to them and buy things is changed, particularly on the international scene, anything that we've ever seen.
Have you got the capacity and ability to take advantage of it?
Well, we wish we had more. I think everyone wishes they had more aircraft, more engines, and the supply chain in our industry is still pretty constrained. So what it's doing is keeping pricing at a pretty firm level.
So if you had more planes, you'd be able to fill them on more international routes?
No question.
This issue of aircraft. Mm-hmm. You're quoted as saying the industry needs Boeing and Airbus.
Absolutely.
It needs both. And that's obviously for competitive reasons. But it also gives an underpinning, in a sense, for the airlines to be able to play off each other.
Well, Boeing is, first of all, the technology, the innovation, the quality that Boeing has provided. They're the backbone of our industry. Let's not forget. Delta, the majority of the planes we fly are Boeing. And while currently we're moving pretty actively forward with Airbus because they've been able to supply us, we need them both to be healthy because our economies on a global scale require that lift, and neither Boeing or Airbus have the capacity, candidly, to independently serve what the world needs.
If we look at your current fleet composition and your orders, now you're not affected by MAX yet, your deliveries don't start until later on, but you will be affected by it unless the situation improves, which it's unlikely to.
Right, and we're not expecting it to improve anytime soon.
So how do you accommodate that?
Well, we continue to take more Airbus planes, particularly the narrow body, which we're very happy with, and we keep our existing fleet a little bit longer.
If you continue down this road, does there come a point when you say, as United has more than hint at, well, we don't need those MAXs anyway, and suddenly you say, well, actually, the 320 fleet is bigger, so we might as well just grow that larger. You've got a wry smile.
Well, we need them both. I don't think anyone at our scale, including our competitors in Chicago, can go it alone with the one fleet type on the narrow body. Remember, these planes are coming in at 25% more fuel efficient than the planes they're retiring. They're coming in larger, coming in with greater amenities. When the MAX, whether it's the MAX 10, the MAX 7, whatever model is out there, it's certified to be safe. I guarantee there's going to be a line out the door in Seattle wanting them.
What's gone wrong, do you think, with the supply chain?
Well, I think it's a coupling of the fact that the supply chain has gone through, just devastation. Labor was let go, prices have increased, materials have been more difficult to acquire. Remember, many of the airlines, particularly U.S. airlines, we kept our employees in place to hit the rebound. Our suppliers didn't. So you have that coupled with the fact that the demand has come back much faster than anyone ever anticipated. So the pressure to get the planes in the sky, coupled with the weakness of the supply chain, has created this massive logjam.
You won't be at IATA because, in a sense, you're doing something more important.
I am.
Tell us where you're going.
For the last number of years, Delta has paid for and provided a free charter, international charter from the U.S. to Normandy, landing in Normandy, carrying back our World War II heroes. And this year, particularly being the 80th celebration and anniversary of D-Day, we're bringing 50 of our World War II heroes, many of whom have never even been back since 80 years ago, since they landed on the beaches.
In essence, everything that we enjoy today comes from them.
It does. We take for granted the sacrifices, the amazing courage, the boldness and the unity. And when you look at the world today, the world feels like a pretty complicated place. We have to remember why we're here.
At a time at the moment, particularly in your country, which seems so riven and divided, whichever side you're on, the ability to create that unity, do you think it's possible?
I do. I believe the spirit wants to work together. Unfortunately, the partisanship, as you say, particularly in an election year, is at levels we've never seen. And
does that worry you?
Of course it does. Of course it does. And I think it worries everybody. And we just have to continue to find causes that unite us. It's a world that needs leadership like never before. And whether you're in business, whether you're in politics, whether you're in community service, whether you're in religious, you have to find things to bring people together.